The Democratic Party I grew up in was the party of peace. My uncle, John Kennedy, he was asked by his best friend, one of his two best friends, Ben Bradley, who was then the editor of Washington Post, what do you want on your gravestone? And without skipping a beat, my uncle said he kept the peace. He said the primary job of a president of the United States was to keep the country out of war. Mm-hmm. He said he didn't want children in Africa and Latin America, when they heard about the United States, to think about a man in a military uniform with a gun. He wanted them to think of a Peace Corps volunteer. He wanted them to think of the Kennedy Milk Program, which provided nutrition to millions of malnourished kids around the world. He wanted them to think of USAID, of Alliance for Progress, and these other programs that my uncle created to project economic power rather than military power abroad. My uncle was under tremendous pressure to go to war in Laos, which he resisted in 1961, to go to war in Germany during the Checkpoint Charlie crisis in 62, to go to war against Cuba in 61 during the Bay of Pigs, and then again in 63 during the Cuban Missile Crisis, and then to go to Vietnam. Virtually all of his advisors were telling him he had to send 250,000 troops to Vietnam or the government was collapsed, and he said it's their government. We cannot fight their war for them. He ultimately, under great pressure, sent 16,000 military advisors